As Pakistan raises its voice against India on the global stage, the ground beneath its own feet is slipping fast. The Human Rights Commission of Pakistan (HRCP) just dropped its annual report, and believe me, it reads like a tragic novel. From political suppression to police brutality, from vanishing citizens to terror attacks, the list of failures is long and damning. But what's more telling, even as Pakistan tries to point fingers at India over diplomatic tensions, it cannot seem to manage the chaos brewing within its own borders, its own country. Let's start with Pakistan occupied Kashmir (PoK). You may recall massive protests last year over soaring electricity prices and unaffordable floor. Now, rather than addressing the public's demand, the government cracked down hard, really hard. What did the government do? Mass arrests, police violence, and even fatalities followed. And in a bizarre twist, a prison break at Central Jail Poonch led to 19 prisoners escaping, all thanks to a smuggled pistol. Yes, a real jailbreak using pistol in 2024. And while the Pakistan government tries to control PoK with brutal force, it's also targeting minorities. The Ahmadiyya community, already declared non-Muslim by the state, suffered violent attacks, desecration of place of worship, and constant fear. It's year 2025 and the entire community still lives under threat simply for their beliefs. The report doesn't stop there. In Balochistan, the reality is even grimmer. Activists have long warned that the region resembles much of a military occupation. Checkpoints are everywhere, locals are interrogated, and journalists, well, are silenced or worse, gunned down. One prominent case included the abduction of Kashmiri journalist named Ahmad Farhad, snatched from the capital of Pakistan, Islamabad. It's not just local moments crying out. Even international watchdogs like Amnesty International says the human rights situation in the state of Pakistan, and I quote, is alarming. This is what they say, alarming. And with over 1,166 terrorist attacks in 2024 alone, resulting in some 2,500 deaths, it's clear that Pakistan's internal security has spiraled out of control. The HRCP bluntly says the state has failed, and yet, amid all this, Pakistan continues its obsession with India. Following the recent Pahalgam terror attack, India took a bold step, closing its airspace to Pakistani aircrafts. The result? Well, massive financial losses for Pakistan's airlines and cargo routes, potentially running into billions of US dollars. And frankly, it's a move that signals India's refusal to tolerate cross-border terrorism, while Pakistan is still figuring out how to deal with militants back at home. Now back to politics. The HRCP slammed Pakistan's 2024 elections as compromised. Former Prime Minister Imran Khan's party was cornered, and several repressive laws were passed in a rush in the parliament. Also, the social media platform X is still banned, and 6 journalists were killed last year just for doing their jobs. All this points to a sobering picture, a state at war with its own people. As Pakistan tries to rally international support, international sympathy rather, this report asks a deeper question. How can you fix your foreign policy if your own house is on fire?